Hey everyone, it's Aaron Hughes from FuDog Group, and in this video, I'm going to share with you a great question that I have been looking at and working on while I've been working on this handout. So I'm putting together this handout for an upcoming client call that we have coming up. And on this handout, there is a question. And don't worry, if you're a client, I'm not giving away the whole handout. You'll still have more questions to answer on this handout. But for everyone watching this video, this question was such a great prompt, and it took me back a year ago to a really challenging time and a big breakthrough that I had, and I want to share it with you. The worksheet itself is called the letting go exercise, and we ask a couple different questions on the sheet, but one of the questions is, what do you need to let go of? And then, people might answer things like a habit or a memory or, like a thing in their house or something like that. Then the other question is, how do I benefit from holding on to that thing? And so it's kind of a reflection of, I think we all know we need to let go of something. Again, whether it could be a habit, a memory, a thing, a possession. But then we're kind of exploring, why have we not let go of it yet? And it took me back a year. It was right around this time last year. It was like late December, early January of last year. And I had thousands of books that Janelle had purchased over the years, and she was reading them. She was talking about them in like various book clubs and on her YouTube channel. And if you know me well, you know that like books are such a key part of my identity, of Janelle's identity, of like how we interacted with each other. We were all about the books. And so I had thousands of books that belonged to her, and I didn't know what to do with them because it felt like hanging onto them was a sad memory, but getting rid of them was also a sad memory. Like, I didn't want to just kind of get rid of this thing that was like, it was Janelle. And so I worked through that, and I didn't know where to give them away, and I finally found a community book sale, and I loaded the books up into boxes, and I put them in the back of my car, and I had to do it in a couple of trips because there was too many books to do in one trip. And I drove, and I had to drive across the city to go to this kind of like pickup spot or drop-off spot for the book sale. And like on my way, I almost turned around and went back home because it was too hard. And I felt for that ride like I was getting rid of like this part of Janelle and this like part of us. It was really, really tough. But I finally, during that drive, kind of asked myself a very similar question, like, what is it I'm holding on to about these books? Why do I not want to get rid of these books? And of course, the answer is like books were so important to us. And I felt like getting rid of them was getting rid of like a piece of Janelle. Like, this was one of the most important things that we had together, and I was getting rid of them. But then as I explored that question of like, how do I benefit by holding on to these? And then also like, how do I benefit by getting rid of them or like giving them to someone else? And that was the big breakthrough for me, was thinking, I am not going to personally read these books. There were lots of books. They were great. I kept lots that I was going to read myself. But there was lots of books that she would read that I really had no interest in reading. And I knew that she loved not only reading, but loved sharing her love of books with other people too. And so me giving these books to a book sale, a community book sale, would not only put the books in the hands of people who love to read, but it would raise money for a community cause. And that was the big shift for me. And I suddenly, it wasn't, instantly easy, but it became like, okay, I had like lots of clarity that that letting go of these books was the right thing to do. And that it served me more to make sure that her books were put in the hands of other avid readers who would love them, versus it didn't serve me as much to just keep her books all kind of like in a big pile in my house. So that was a big breakthrough for me, and we're going to be kind of exploring that thought and that concept in an upcoming client call, probably in a couple weeks. I'm not sure yet when. And so I hope that the clients get such a similar kind of breakthrough as I did. And it could just, again, be about anything. Like it could be like some possession, a piece of clothing, or whatever. It could be a decision that's not been made. It could be a habit. Any of those types of things are things that we hold on to, that we resist letting go of. And then we need to ask ourselves, how am I benefiting by holding on to this? Like what's being served inside of me by holding on to this? And of course, one of the follow-up questions is like, am I actually serving myself even more by letting go? And so that's what we're talking about. And so it's something you can think about too. And I hope that my story about Janelle's books inspired you to think about even some of the tougher things that you are maybe holding on to unconsciously that don't serve you as well by holding on to them, and maybe will serve you and other people even more by letting go of them. So anyway, I hope that was helpful, something to think about, and I hope you have a great day, and I will see you on the next video.